Hey there, it's Alina Wilson here with Estimate Mastery, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 ways you can turn rejections into revenue and denials into profit by overcoming the objections that the adjuster throws your way. So let's go take a look at the 3 ways that you can do this and use these tactics when you're talking to the adjuster. So the first tactic I want to share with you is find the decision maker. So when you go out to the job and you meet with the adjuster and the adjuster writes his estimate, gives it to the homeowner gives it to you, you write your supplement and you send it back to that original adjuster, that may be what's called a staff or field adjuster, and they may not be a decision maker. Yes, they could determine if there was damage. Yes, they can write an estimate, but they probably aren't going to be a decision maker on the supplement. So what you need to find is what's called the desk adjuster. For example, there's a local company here in Salt Lake City. When we go out and do the inspection with the field adjuster, it sometimes would take 30 to 45 days to move to the desk adjuster, but that field adjuster would never approve a supplement. Goes up to the desk adjuster. We were always golden. We got most of our estimate paid. You're never going to get every estimate paid 100%, but we usually here at Estimate Mastery can get you about 90% of the way there on your estimates. So you just have to find the decision maker. So that's tactic number 1. Tactic number 2 that's going to get you paid is getting the homeowner involved. So if you can prep them upon the sale or when you start down the insurance process road, involving the homeowner in a way that you tell them about the peaks and valleys of the situation. Hey, Tom, guess what? Here's what's going to happen. Your adjuster wrote this estimate for $12,000. My estimate came up to $18,000, and I'm using the same software as the adjuster. They just had a bunch of things that they missed and a couple of errors. So I'm going to correct those errors, add the line items that need to be added to get the job done, and that's why we came up to $18,000. Now, I'm going to submit this to the adjuster, and Tom, I'm going to tell you, happens all the time. Don't you worry. The adjuster's probably going to call you and be like, do you know what your contractor's charging you? And try to rile you up. Now, that's just part of this insurance game, and I wanted to prep you for that. Yada, yada, yada. So that's just part of your sales presentation, part of you prepping your homeowner and really doing the due diligence to tell them this is how this process works, rather than leaving them out in the cold, waiting for that, fire to erupt when they get that call from the adjuster. It's a beautiful thing if you can get the homeowner involved in the process as much as you can. Try to CC the homeowner on any of the correspondence between you and the adjuster, and try to, bring them in and be their advocate, that you're trying to represent them and get the best repair or replacement, whatever you're doing, possible for them, and this is how much it costs. So as long as you show them and tell them what's going on along the way, it really will actually kind of show up and go to bat for you in some of these instances. So that's what I would say is number 2, is get that homeowner involved as much as you can. I understand there's some people that just want to be hands off, but I would at least CC them on correspondence so the adjuster knows that they are roped in on the process, and that will help move the needle quite greatly in getting you paid. Tactic number 3 is be the squeaky wheel. Yes, being the squeaky wheel in this business will get you paid. What do I mean by that? I mean that when you submit your estimate to the adjuster and you're just waiting for him to call you back, you're probably not going to hear from him for weeks or months. Okay, so what you want to do is follow up on a steady pace. Here at Estimate Mastery, we teach our members, once you submit the estimate, go ahead and call them. So email and phone call on that first day. Then if you don't hear back from them in the next 48 hours, email and phone call again. Hey, just want to review that estimate that I sent up to you a couple days ago, yada, yada. Email, phone call. And then wait 48 hours, and then a third touch point, same thing. If you don't reach them within 48 hours of that third touch point, so 48 hours after, I would call the main line and see if a non-responsive adjuster, can you speak to a supervisor? A couple of things will happen there. Usually the adjuster will call you back pretty quickly, or you can talk to a supervisor who will then maybe reassign that file or give you a timeline. So if they do say, hey, you know what, we received it, we need 7 to 10 days, cool, that's fine. I will wait the 7 to 10 days, but probably on the 8th day, I'm going to be reaching out again with a rinse and repeat process. Email, phone call, 48 hours apart, and just rinse and repeat like I just said. Also, the homeowner involvement that I just talked about, the more that you're CCing them, letting the homeowner know, look, I'm trying to go to bat for you, the more of that conversation that you can bring to the table, the adjuster will realize that the homeowner, the policyholder, is involved as well. If you're really not hearing back from anybody for weeks, not months, don't let this go on for months, but if you're just having trouble getting a hold of anyone, I would call the main line and say, hey, can we talk about this? Let's reassign the file. Or you can have the homeowner, or it's an and or situation. You can have the policyholder, homeowner call their agent and get the agent involved in the conversation and say, hey, how can I get some movement on this file? I feel as the policyholder that you guys aren't doing your due diligence and we need to get, moving on this estimate, get my repair or replacement complete. So those are the 3 tactics that I would say that will move the needle with denials and rejections. Hope those work for you. Of course, comment down below if you have any questions. Also, if you would do me a favor and like this video and then subscribe for more. I do a lot of these videos. Usually every Tuesday I release one for you. And so Alina Wilson here from Estimate Mastery. Hope you have a great week in your business, and I'll see you next week.